When it comes to observability in Spring AI, we have a couple different options at our disposal. Today, I want to focus in on logging the request and the response. Now, when we make a call to an LLM, whether it's Anthropic or OpenAI, it doesn't matter. But a lot of the time, we get the response back. That leaves a little to be desired. We want to see more of what is happening behind the scenes. We want to see what the raw request looks like. We want to see what the raw response looks like. So we're going to walk through a simple example today. I'll show you just a simple call to an LLM. I'll show you another call that gets a lot more metadata back, and then I'll show you how to add request and response logging to your application. So here I am on start.spring.io. I'm going to fill in some metadata. I'll say dev.danvega. We'll call this AI logger. And we're just going to add a couple of dependencies here. I'm going to add Spring Web, and then I'm going to add my LLM. In this case, it's going to be OpenAI. From there, I'll generate the project, download it, and open it up in my favorite IDE, which is IntelliJ. All right, so here we are in our application. The first thing I need to do is go ahead and set an environment variable here for spring.ai OpenAI API key. So I have an environment variable called OpenAI API key. If you don't have one set, you can hard code this in, but be careful, don't check that in. Again, we're just getting started with this. And I'm going to define the model that I'm using. So in this case, I'm going to use GPT-5. And to do that, I need to set a particular parameter here, openai.chat.options.model temperature, and we're going to set this to 1.0. This is a prerequisite for GPT-5. It needs to be set at 1.0. The default currently in Spring AI is 0.7. So with that in place, I'm going to create a simple chat controller. So chat controller, and we will make this a REST controller. I have a quick, let's go ahead and add a logger. I have a little shortcut here to add a chat client. This is the interface that is used to communicate with the large language model. This is regardless of what LLM you're using. We just configure the LLM like we did before. So this code stays the same even if we go ahead and switch over to another provider. So once I have a chat client, I can make a simple request. So let's say at the root, I want something to return. So I'm going to say return chat client dot prompt. My user message that I'm going to ask the LLM is tell me an interesting fact about Java. We are going to make a synchronous call. So this is .call. And then we are going to get the raw string response out of it, the content out of that. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. We'll go ahead and run this application. And then I need to make a simple GET request. So I'm using a command line utility called HTTPIE or HTTPie. So HTTP, just making a GET request to localhost 8080. You could do this in the browser as well. And it's going to return to us the string content, the raw response from the large language model. Java isn't just a language, it's a platform, There's an answer from the LM. But this leaves a little bit to be desired, right? Like I got my response, but what if I was trying to get some insights into this? I want to see more information about this request that happened. Well, in Spring AI, we are returning a string and we are saying just return the content. We also have another response type, which is of type chat response. So chat response, if we go ahead and inspect that, we can download sources. We can see the chat completion response returned by an AI provider, and it has some more information in it. The generations, results, it has metadata about the call, has finish reasons, and then some other stuff in here. So this will give us some more insights. Let's go ahead and see what this returns. And let's go ahead and make another request. And this will take a little bit longer because we're getting a little bit more information back, but some useful information. So we see some metadata in here. So now we get an ID, the actual ID of the request. We see the model that we're using, so GPT-5 and this specific version. We see some rate limiting. We see usage, which is talking about tokens. So completion tokens, we have prompt tokens, what we sent to the LLM. We have total tokens. which is both the prompt tokens and the completion tokens. And we have some results here, which ultimately there's the response that we were looking for is in here. But you see there's a whole bunch more metadata, and this is a great start. But what if we wanted to get access to the raw request and the response? Now, this begs to the question of like, well, how is the request being made? Like Spring AI is not making this request. There's an underlying HTTP client that is making this request. So now we have to figure out, okay, what is that HTTP client? And I'm gonna take me off here so we can go ahead and pop this up. So I'm going to look for a simple logger advisor. Where are we at here? Advisor, there's the class, download sources. And I've talked about advisors in a previous video. We talked through what they are. They're like AOP for AI, giving you some functionality around an AI call. We even talked through how to create your own advisors. There's some built-in advisors like this one. There's one for the chat memory, so being able to hold memory in a conversation. There's one for RAG. And then there's a way to build your own by implementing the call advisor and the stream advisor. And so we walk through how to create your own, but this one is a part of Spring AI, and it's called the Simple Logger Advisor. And what this does is it advises the call, and it logs the request, and it logs the response. So this means that we can take advantage of this in our application. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a bean here. So bean, and I'm going to say simple logging advisor. We'll call this simple logging advisor, and we'll just return a new simple logging advisor. So this will give us access to that. Now in my chat controller in the constructor, since that is going to be a bean in our application context, I can just ask for it. Let's call it that. And now I have access to that. So let's up here say private final simple logging advisor, and we'll say this dot, yep, that works out. So now what I can do is I can go ahead and add this advisor. So I'll say advisors, and then I'll just add the one that we have injected into this class. So now I have access to that. I can go ahead and if I were to run my application, I can get some info about that, but I need to do one more step. By default, so let's look back at this class, simple log advisor, right? So by default, let's look at the log request, logger.debug. So by default, this is logging out at a debug log level. So we just need to go ahead and change this. So logging level for the simple logger advisor, change it to the debug mode. And now if we go ahead and rerun our application, now we can go ahead and make the same request. And if I go back over to the console, now you'll see some more information in here. So you'll see the request was made here. Here's the request. Here's the prompt, the user message, some properties. It's a user type message, the model options. Talked about model options in another video as well if you want to check that out. Are we streaming it? Nope. What is the model? GPT-5. What is the temperature? And if you set some other options, then you would see that in the request as well. And then you see the response here. Here's the actual response, some of which we saw in that chat response there. So you can see like what tools were being used. Here's the text, again, metadata, tokens, etc. But now we can take that log and we can stick that into some type of log aggregator and have access to that. So this is really cool. So if you are working in AI applications, specifically with Spring AI, you don't need to add your own logging. You don't need to attach to the underlying HTTP client. You can just go ahead and inject this simple logger advisor and then add it as an advisor here, and you can start logging the requests and the response for all of your calls. So I know this was short, but hopefully sweet. I hope you learned something new today. If you did, do me a big favor, leave me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and as always, happy coding, friends.